the next minute, I'm going to reveal the kind of man women give into, sometimes without even realizing why, even when they believe they're the ones in control. And here's the twist. They can't explain what pulls them in. This isn't about tactics or manipulation. It's about an energy that speaks louder than words. It's a presence that doesn't ask for approval, doesn't plead, doesn't chase. It's silent, confident, and it's in the way he breathes, in the way he looks at her like she's already his. You're about to understand how to become a man who doesn't push, because everything naturally flows toward him. And once you hear the final point, you'll realize why she gives herself to this man with her body, while her mind struggles to explain it. Watch closely, or stay the man she walks away from. It begins with his eyes, the kind that say, "I command this space and you." It's not a fake dominance or a look that begs for attention. It's a calm certainty, a quiet knowing. When he looks at her, there's no doubt, no hesitation. His gaze doesn't plead, it claims. And here's where it gets intense. She feels it in her body before her thoughts catch up. Her breathing changes, her focus slips, her heart beats differently. Why? Because his look is unwavering, not aggressive, but absolute. It bypasses her usual defenses, cuts through her ego and attitude. She's not used to this. Most men either worship her or hunt her. But this man, he sees her as the conclusion of a story he's already lived, one where she eventually surrenders, and he doesn't have to push it. He just gives her room to lean in, to unravel on her own. No need for words, only presence. And in that quiet, she's suddenly fixing her hair, sitting taller, trying to match what she feels. That's the turning point. That's how a man, without touching her, can ignite something deep inside her. Her body leans in before her mind even understands why, and she yields, not because he asked, but because he didn't need to. Now, the second kind of man, the one who weakens her knees without ever laying a finger on her. Let's drop the pretenses. Every woman, no matter how confident, cool, or fiercely independent, carries one unfiltered desire. She wants a man who can take command of her energy before ever touching her body, not through force, but through certainty. This man moves with purpose, speaks with calm clarity, and listens like he already knows what she'll say, but chooses not to interrupt. He's unmoved by her looks. He isn't chasing approval. He lives in the stillness, in the spaces between moments, and he enjoys the tension because he creates it. And that tension, that's her addiction. He teases but never cheapens it. He leads but never demands. He's more fluent in silence than sweet talk, and her body, without her even noticing, starts sinking to his rhythm. Her lips might say, "You're trouble," but her grin dares him to keep going. Because this man, he's not just flirting. He's composing something deeper. She senses him before she understands him, and once he's in her thoughts, the rest of her starts to unravel. She follows, not because he overwhelms her, but because he's the only one who quiets the noise in her mind. And then, there's the third kind of man, the one she pictures on top, even when she insists she's the one in charge. Here's a truth that unsettles most nice guys. The woman who says she wants a soft, sensitive man. Deep down, she fantasizes about the one who takes her, mentally, emotionally, even spiritually, without a single touch. He doesn't wait for permission to take the lead. He is the permission. He tells her to be quiet without a word, just a glance. He slows the kiss right at its peak, pauses her mid-sentence not to dismiss her, but to remind her who truly holds the reins in that moment. And she doesn't resist. She melts. Because this isn't cruelty. It's controlled power, sharp and deliberate. It's danger wrapped in safety. He's the kind of man who awakens the part of her she doesn't show anyone. The raw, wild, submissive self she hides beneath all the noise. She yields to him because he sees beyond the version she presents to the world. Not the woman in the mirror, the woman buried in desire. The one who surfaces in dreams at 3 a.m., haunted by a man she's never touched, but who somehow already owns a part of her she can't get back. He's the man who commands the room and captivates her soul. His words don't just speak, they touch. He doesn't need to say much. When he does, it lands with the weight of a fingertip, tracing her skin. He speaks slowly, deliberately. He seduces with silence as much as with speech. He might say something simple like, "I don't give everything. I wait for the one who listens." Or, "Come here." Not for long. Just so I can remember how soft your neck is. And just like that, she leans in. Because it's not crude, it's not loud, it's intimate, it's precise. It's sensual in a way that doesn't ask, it invites. Women surrender to this man, not because he commands them, but because every word he speaks feels like it was their own hidden thought. He doesn't speak to her ears, he speaks to her body, and before she realizes it, she's responding, opening, melting. And she won't even realize when it began. His voice becomes the unspoken script she didn't know she was waiting to follow. And the wildest part? She won't be able to explain it. Not to her friends, not even to herself. She'll just say, "There's something about him." Exactly. That something is you. When you stop speaking like a man trying to earn her and start speaking like a man who already knows she's his, then comes the man who can say no, with a smile. This is the one who undoes her in the most unexpected, irresistible way. The man who can deny her softly, confidently, and never waver. You think giving her everything she wants is what pulls her in? No, brother. What truly captivates her is the man who knows the value of restraint, the man who can make her wait. She says, "Come over tonight." He replies, "Not tonight. I've got plans with myself." She teases. He holds her gaze, smiles, and doesn't bite. That, right there, drives her wild. Because for the first time, she's not in control. He's not chasing, not begging, not bending. He's centered. He chooses. And in that moment, she feels something shift. Because deep down, she doesn't want a man who gives in to her every whim. She wants the man who stands firm, who makes her earn the next moment. That's when she starts leaning in harder. That's when obedience becomes desire. She's dealing with a man whose boundaries are sharper than his jawline. He's not cold, and he's never rude. He's simply unshakably grounded. And here's the paradox. The more he withholds, the more she leans in. The more he says, "Not yet," the more she aches to hear yes. That's the man she surrenders to without hesitation. Not because he tries to dominate her, but because he masters himself. That level of restraint, it's rare, it's magnetic, it's dangerous in the best way. She won't say it out loud, but in her mind, she's already whispering, "Take me." And when he finally does, when he decides the moment is his, it's done. No resistance, no confusion, just full-body surrender. Let me leave you with this. Right now, she's out there, bold, confident, running the show, dropping thirst traps like armor. But behind that strength, there's one man she can't get out of her head. The man who didn't need her spotlight, because his presence drew all the light. The man who never chased, because he always knew she'd follow. The man who didn't ask because her desire had already said yes. That man, that's who you become when you stop trying to win her and start becoming the man she was always meant to lose to. You become that man, not by putting on a mask or playing a role, but by cultivating the inner stillness, the quiet strength, and the unapologetic sexual clarity we just explored. It's not about pretending, it's about becoming. Now, here's what I want you to do. Drop a comment below that says, "I don't chase, I attract." Let's see who's really part of this tribe, who's ready to stop begging for attention and start commanding it. You know who you are. And if something in this spoke to the part of you that's been waiting to wake up, like this video, subscribe. Because if you're done being the man she forgets and ready to become the one she can't stop thinking about, this is just the beginning. More is coming. Stay dangerous, stay calm, stay untouchable.